This is East Carolina Hall of Famer and Utah Jazz first-round draft pick Blue Edwards. You're listening to Pirate Basketball Overtime on the Sports Objective, your home for the best East Carolina hoops coverage.
Welcome. You have entered the home of the ECU Pirates. Pirate Nation, stand up and put your hooks in the sky. Let's make this competition feel what it's like to be surrounded. Y'all with me? Come on. Yeah. Let's get it started. Get your hands in your pocket. Turn up the volume. We're the bomb and you're the target. It's on. Mind blowing with the whatnots. Doing everything but stop. Trust dog, y'all ain't ready for this. High powered ECU's on fire.
Welcome into the Sports Objective, a special edition of Pirate Basketball Overtime, as we're talking about the Pirates' most recent 2022 commit. And right now, very excited to be joined live from, I'm guessing, are you in Maryland or New Jersey? But New Jersey, from Pleasantville, New Jersey. Elijah Jones. Elijah, we appreciate your time this afternoon.
Appreciate you for having me, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Congrats on your commitment to East Carolina University and Mike Schwartz and staff. Obviously, as you see there on the screen for our viewers, 6'8", 6'9", depending on where you see the listing, 210, 215 pounds, very versatile. But, first of all, just talk about your relationship with Coach Schwartz and staff. Jake Morton was brought on board, assistant coach from Jacksonville State, and I know you had a pre-existing relationship with him.
Right. So with Coach Morton came out to see me when he was at Jacksonville State a few months prior, when coaches could come out. We had practice. It was a good practice, and when he got the coaching job at ECU, he just kept me in mind. He was just wondering if I made my decision yet, like what was my recruitment like, and told him I was open, and we just started to build a relationship.
So talk about, prior you had that relationship with Coach Morton. Did you have a pre-existing relationship with Coach Schwartz?
I haven't. I did not. No.
So obviously Coach Schwartz coming over to East Carolina, getting his first head job after being on Rick Barnes' staff for several seasons at Tennessee, a program that had so much success. And we'll certainly dive into your abilities and everything you bring to the table. But one of the things that really jumped off of the page or out of your video, if you will, at me watching your highlights, is your athleticism, versatility, your leaping ability. And with that length at 6'8", 6'9", just talk about everything that you bring to the table in the way of defense, because I know Coach Schwartz, that's going to be the foundation of his program here at East Carolina.
What I bring, you basically said it, everything, almost everything. I mean, I'm 6'8", I bring energy. Like, I bring that fire. Like, I'm super competitive. I hate to lose. I want to win. I put winning above everything. That's why me and Coach Morton got along so well. We like to win. I can shoot the ball. I can take people off the dribble. My perimeter defense is good. Interior, everything. I'm extremely versatile. And like I said, I'm a competitor. I feel like you can't have none of that if you don't have the heart. Like, I'm a dog. Like, it's just me.
Kind of going along with that competitiveness. I know you, like you said, you're from Pleasantville, New Jersey, but you finished up your prep career at Mount Zion down in Maryland. So just talk about your prep career and some of the opportunities you had and talent you had the chance to play against.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Pleasantville, New Jersey. East Coast, South Jersey area. I made the move to play for Coach Rod and Coach Brian Scott in PG County at Mount Zion. So how that came about, I was just looking for somewhere to move, just to get better, just develop. Development was key to me. I just wanted to achieve my dream. As far as just my prep year, I'm a 2-year prep kid. I learned so much about the game of basketball in these 2 years. I learned so much about just overall, just me, like my strength, my weaknesses, mentally, on the court, off the court, everything. So just people who I matched up with, because the prep level is you're gonna see some people. Where I was in Pleasantville, just the competition area just wasn't there. So just making that jump last year, it was a culture shock. It was a shock to me, but I adjusted pretty quickly. And I did pretty well for myself. I feel as that I'd say last year was tougher on me personally because it was a COVID year, and coaches couldn't come out as much or at all. No coaches came out, and it just hard on the recruiting piece. The basketball took care of itself. I continued to just keep my head up and just perform how I know I could, and I just waited until everything fell in line. I'm here right now. I'm committed. I'm proud to be a Pirate. Like I said, I just can't wait.
Tell us a little about your recruitment. I know you had several offers. Obviously, as we've already mentioned, Jacksonville State was recruiting you when Coach Morton was there.
Right.
And they were a program that was in the NCAA tournament this year. You had St. Bonaventure, a very tradition-rich program that was in the NCAA tournament. UMASS, Old Dominion. In addition to that relationship with Coach Morton that we've already discussed, just talk about the other things that sold you on East Carolina University.
Like I said, I built a relationship with Coach Morton. Like I said, when he got the coaching job, he reached out to my coach and asked if I was available. So already that proved to me that he wanted me to be there. He wanted me to not only just be there, but he wanted better for me. I feel is that. So yeah, so I end up working out in front of Coach Schwartz, and then me and Coach Schwartz just clicked. Like everything he sold me on, like it was a great pitch. Like I agree with everything he says. Like his style, like he's very competitive. Like he's defensive oriented, like which I feel defense is very key. And they just made me feel wanted. Like that was my number one. Like I wanted to feel like I meant something to the program that I was going to, and the they really like pulled out all the stops. Like Coach Morton went from calling me every day to just sending me stuff, just filling me in about the program because he himself was new to the program while he was recruiting me to come there. So he just was learning, oh, look at this, look at that, just sending me different stuff about the conference itself. The American Conference is one of the best conferences in the country. So the fact that I'm be able to play in that is just a testament, like it's a blessing. But
Yeah, that's actually a good segue. That's where I was headed next in terms of the American Athletic Conference. You have programs like University of Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF. And yes, they will be moving on to the Big 12, but you still have the likes of Memphis, Wichita State that's made a Final Four in the not-so-distant past. So many tradition-rich programs, and clearly you like to challenge yourself, and that's what you would expect out of a competitor. So talk about the chance to compete against those programs and get this East Carolina program to where we all want it to be.
we all want it to be. East Carolina, has the potential to be one of the best, programs in the country. I feel like under strong leadership of Coach Schwartz, already going through the ringer at Tennessee, just provides us with that edge. I feel like, and I feel like with his style, his leadership, we could definitely get ECU just on track, be a powerhouse, national powerhouse.
One of the things that I mentioned to you off the air, and I put a graphic on the screen a moment ago, and as far as the other members of this recruiting class, that this staff is bringing in, Ben Bayela, Quentin DeBouche, coming over from Tennessee with Coach Schwartz, and also Saxby Sunderland. If you would, just describe, have you had any contact with those guys? And I know you said you'd had at least a little with Saxby.
Yeah, Saxby is the only person that I've really spoke to. it was really brief. Just when he committed, I shouted out, just, let's get to work. And, he was right on board. So I can't wait to match up with him, just share the court with him.
What about any of the guys that are currently on the East Carolina roster? Did you have any familiarity with any of the returning players?
No, I thought Alonzo Frank was still going to be there. I didn't know. And Alexis, I thought Alexis was going to stay. I don't really know him too well, but I met him a few years back. So it's a bit of familiarity piece. But he went to the portal, so, best luck to him.
Right. Yeah. I thought with those two being from the mid-Atlantic to Northeast region, thought you may have some familiarity with them, at least know of them if you didn't know them personally. But obviously now you have the NBA playoffs getting cranked up. Who are some of the players that you really enjoy watching, and maybe some that you may even pad in your game after a little bit?
I'm just a basketball fanatic. Like, I love the game. I love watching the game. Playoffs is approaching, as you said. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Players right now catch my eye is Kevin Durant. His game is just so effortless to me. He can really get any shot that he wants, create for any shot. Goes him, like a Jason Tatum. Like, I kind of look at taller guys. I don't really look at two little guards. So it gives me something I could take from them. Like, I love watching Jason. I love watching Paul George, all those guys.
Yeah, with your versatility, the little bit of film I've seen, obviously, Kevin Durant's a very high standard, but I can certainly see that and see why you would enjoy watching his game with your versatility and athleticism with your size. But if you would tell us a little about your interests off the court, let's take a look. Coming into East Carolina University, a lot of tremendous majors and courses of study. What do you plan on majoring in? Do you have any idea yet?
I'm leaning towards journalism right now. Just leaning towards that's the same major my brother took in college. So I always had an interest in that since I was young. So I figured, why not just carry on the torch? Interests. I kind of ties in with the journalism. I like to write. Just write my thoughts down. I'm really good at just expressing myself on paper. So that's just what I'm good at. And I love to take pictures. That I just love to hang out, just be a regular teenager.
What about you mentioned photography off the court? In addition to that, you play. Are you a video game guy with NBA 2K or other games?
I'm actually terrible at 2K. Like, I want to say I'm good. Like, the people that I've played just this year alone, like, there's so many losses. So I'm not gonna say I'm good at 2K anymore. I'm just not a video game guy anymore. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. Final thing I have for you, obviously March Madness just wrapped up. What were your thoughts on everything that transpired? Some tremendous stories. Obviously, with you being from where you are, St. Peter's. What a awesome story the Peacocks were, making it all the way to the Elite Eight, and obviously their head coach is Seton Hall alum, and he's since moved on from St. Peter's to Seton Hall. But what were your thoughts on some of the things and major stories of March Madness as obviously Kansas cut down the nets?
Right. The St. Peter's, just being from Jersey, that just showed me that, I can play there. Like, I can play on that stage and really damage. I feel like I'm extremely confident in my abilities on the basketball court. And I feel like with a strong just team behind me, is the world, like, the sky's the limit for us. So it just showed me that I can play in March, and I will be playing in March next year. Well, no, we will be playing in March next year.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
like you're saying, so much untapped potential with this East Carolina program. You've seen it, here and there with some major wins. And last season, the Pirates were able to take down number 5 Houston, and it's just been a matter of consistency. And I think if you put a consistent winner on the court, you'll definitely see it supported by East Carolina fans. If you get on YouTube, you see how Pirate Nation supports the programs, and in addition to basketball, football, baseball, and Pirate Nation will definitely be right there in you guys' corner in making Williams Arena, Minges Coliseum a hostile environment for the opponents to come into.
Of course.
And I definitely cannot wait until that day when you're seeing full houses and capacity crowds in Minges, because it's an unbelievable atmosphere, and I can't wait for the nation to see what we know as Pirate fans.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get started. Greenville, you got one coming, man. Let's get it going.
No doubt. Well, we really appreciate your time this afternoon, coming on very short notice, Elijah. The best to you as you continue working out this spring, and as you make it to campus. And that is one question I have. Are you going to report, I guess, for the first summer session or second summer session?
That's undecided. I just gotta touch back with everybody, get us on the same page first before I can answer that. I still don't know yet. It just all this happened really fast.
Absolutely. Certainly makes a lot of sense, and I thought that may be the case, but while we had you on, I figured I'd ask. But again, really appreciate the time, and we look forward to catching up with you later on once you're in Greenville wearing the purple and gold.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you taking the time out to interview me.
Absolutely. Pirate Nation, that is future Pirate and the most recent commit of the 2022 class, Elijah Jones. We really appreciate everyone tuning in for this impromptu edition of Pirate Basketball Overtime. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at the Sports OBJ on there, as well as TikTok at the Sports Objective on Instagram. Like and follow us on Facebook, and of course, subscribe and ring that notification bell on our YouTube channel, and you'll be notified anytime we release new content like this. But for Elijah Jones, I'm Bubba Rosenbaum. You've been watching and listening to Pirate Basketball Overtime on the Sports Objective. Take care, everyone, and as always, go Pirates.
Go Pirates.